In the second week of November 2025, the world said goodbye to remarkable individuals whose talents, courage, and creativity shaped generations. From legendary actors and musicians to groundbreaking athletes, directors, and visionaries, each left behind a story worth remembering. Today on Celebrity Tribute Hub, we honor their journeys with warmth, gratitude, and deep respect. These tributes celebrate their lives, their achievements, and the lasting impact they leave on hearts around the world. Have you ever wondered how one drummer's rhythm could define the sound of an entire era? Gilson Lavis, the legendary musician behind Squeeze's most beloved hits, brought a heartbeat to songs like Tempted and Hourglass, shaping the new wave sound of the 1970s and 80s. Born in 1951 and passing on November 5, 2025, at 74, his cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Beyond Squeeze, he became a cherished part of Jools Holland's Rhythm and Blues Orchestra, performing for decades with unmistakable style. Gilson's legacy is one of pure musical soul, timeless talent, gentle humility, and rhythms that will continue to move generations. He leaves behind a sound the world will never forget. What drives a mind to chase the deepest secrets of life itself? James Watson, born April 6, 1928, reshaped modern science by helping reveal the double helix structure of DNA, a breakthrough that changed medicine forever. Passing away on November 6, 2025, at age 97, his cause of death was not publicly disclosed. As a Nobel Prize-winning geneticist, his work unlocked discoveries that still guide research today. Watson also wrote The Double Helix, sharing the journey behind the science that transformed our understanding of human biology. Though complex and sometimes controversial, his impact on genetics remains undeniable. His legacy continues in every classroom, laboratory, and scientific advancement inspired by that historic discovery. Some athletes play the game, but a rare few redefine it entirely. Lenny Wilkens, born October 28, 1937, became an icon both on the court and on the sidelines, earning a unique place in basketball history. Passing on November 9, 2025, at 88, his cause of death was not publicly disclosed. As a 9-time NBA All-Star and later a championship-winning coach, he inspired generations with quiet leadership and unwavering passion. He guided the Seattle Supersonics to the 1979 NBA title and became one of the winningest coaches ever. Lenny's legacy shines through every player he mentored and every fan moved by his integrity, skill, and dedication to the game he loved. What courage does it take to leave Earth behind and launch into the unknown? Frederick "Rick" Hauck, born April 11, 1941, lived that bravery as a distinguished astronaut and Navy officer. He passed on November 6, 2025, at age 84 after battling Parkinson's disease. Rick flew 3 space shuttle missions, including commanding the first flight after the Challenger tragedy, a moment that demanded extraordinary strength and trust. His career stretched from the depths of the ocean as a Navy pilot to the vastness of space as a NASA leader. Hauck's legacy lives in every astronaut he inspired, every mission he helped make safer, and every child who dreams of the stars because people like him dared to explore. Why do some storytellers make us fall in love with the machines we see every day? Quentin Willson, born July 22, 1957, became one of Britain's most recognizable motoring hosts, bringing charm, passion, and perspective to shows like Top Gear, Britain's Worst Driver, and Fifth Gear. He passed on November 8, 2025, at age 68 after facing lung cancer. Quentin had a gift for translating the soul of a car into words that made viewers smile, think, and admire the beauty of engineering. His calm presence, expert insight, and genuine enthusiasm made him a trusted voice for decades. He leaves behind a legacy of knowledge, storytelling, and a deep love for the automotive world that continues to inspire fans everywhere. How does one leader guide a sport through crisis and transformation? Paul Tagliabue, born November 24, 1940, served as NFL commissioner from 1989 to 2006, shaping the league into a modern powerhouse. He passed on November 9, 2025, at age 84 due to heart failure. His steady leadership carried the NFL through challenging moments, including the aftermath of September 11th, when compassion guided his decisions. Tagliabue also played a critical role in preserving the New Orleans Saints following Hurricane Katrina, ensuring the team stayed rooted in its community. His legacy reflects dignity, foresight, and a deep commitment to the sport's integrity. Paul leaves behind a record of service that continues to influence football today. What kind of storyteller brings entire cultures to the world's attention? Lee Tamahori, born June 17, 1950, became a powerful voice in cinema, blending Hollywood action with deeply human stories. He passed on November 7, 2025, at age 75 after living with Parkinson's disease. Known internationally for directing the James Bond film Die Another Day, he also created acclaimed works like Once Were Warriors, which highlighted Maori talent and narratives with raw, emotional depth. Lee's filmmaking style was bold, fearless, and rich with cultural truth. His legacy lives not only in iconic movies, but in the doors he opened for indigenous actors and storytellers worldwide. His vision continues to inspire generations of filmmakers. What does it mean to live a life fully devoted to the art of feeling? Sally Kirkland, born October 31, 1941, was an actress whose performances carried raw emotion and fearless honesty. Known for her unforgettable role in Anna, which earned her a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination, she built a career defined by passion and depth. She passed on November 11, 2025, at age 84, with her cause of death not publicly disclosed. Across film, television, and theater, Sally brought characters to life with a rare vulnerability that touched audiences worldwide. Her legacy lives on in the artists she mentored, the performances that still resonate, and the courage she embodied every time she stepped into the spotlight. How does an actor transform silence into power? Tatsuya Nakadai, born December 13, 1932, became one of Japan's greatest cinematic legends, known for his commanding presence in classics like Ran and Harakiri. His performances carried depth, restraint, and emotional precision that captivated viewers across generations. Nakadai passed on November 8, 2025, at age 92 due to pneumonia. Working with Akira Kurosawa and other renowned directors, he helped define an era of Japanese film, bringing humanity to roles of warriors, leaders, and troubled souls. His legacy is felt in every film student who studies his craft and every actor inspired by his mastery. Nakadai's artistry remains a timeless reminder of cinema's ability to speak without words. What makes a musician's presence feel like home for millions of viewers? Cleto Escobedo III, born January 23, 1966, was the longtime bandleader on Jimmy Kimmel Live, bringing warmth, humor, and rhythm to late-night television for 22 years. He passed on November 11, 2025, at age 59, with his cause of death not publicly disclosed. More than a performer, Cleto was a lifelong friend to Jimmy Kimmel, standing beside him from childhood to television history. His talent blended effortlessly with his kindness, creating music that lifted spirits night after night. Cleto's legacy lives on in every performance he shaped, every musician he encouraged, and every viewer who smiled because of the joy he brought to the stage. What does it take to rise, fall, and rise again with unshakable strength? Ray Richardson, born April 11, 1955, became one of the NBA's most electrifying players, earning 4 All-Star selections and the nickname Sugar Ray for his smooth, dynamic style. He passed on November 11, 2025, at age 70 after battling prostate cancer. Known for leading the league in steals and inspiring fans with his resilience, he continued his basketball journey in Europe after his NBA suspension, rebuilding his life with determination. His story is one of talent, perseverance, and redemption. Michael leaves behind a legacy celebrated by teammates, fans, and anyone moved by his comeback spirit and love for the game. How can one voice capture both the ache and the beauty of the human heart? Richard Darbyshire, born March 16, 1960, was the soulful singer and songwriter behind the band Living in a Box, whose 1987 hit of the same name became a global anthem. He passed on November 10, 2025, at age 65, with his cause of death not publicly disclosed. Richard's music, including songs like Room in Your Heart, carried emotional depth and lyrical honesty that resonated far beyond the charts. His career extended into songwriting and mentoring, helping shape future voices in the industry. His legacy lives in every melody he crafted, every artist he encouraged, and every fan touched by his heartfelt sound. What courage does it take for a woman to chase her dreams in a league that sparked history? Helen Waddell Wyatt, known lovingly as Sis Waddell, was born April 23, 1929, and became a standout player in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. She passed on November 11, 2025, at age 95, with her cause of death not publicly disclosed. Playing for teams like the Rockford Peaches and Springfield Sallies, she helped pave the way for generations of women in sports. Her story gained renewed appreciation through A League of Their Own, preserving the spirit of athletes like her. Sis leaves behind a legacy of determination, trailblazing strength, and the joy she brought to the field. Thank you for joining us as we honored the incredible lives lost in the second week of November 2025. Their stories remind us how deeply one person's talent, kindness, and passion can touch the world. If these tributes moved you, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to Celebrity Tribute Hub. Your support helps us continue remembering those who shaped our lives through their art, achievements, and unforgettable legacies.